everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. We're going to do a fun little craft today, and we're just going to step away from the Valentine's crafts for today and do a little farmhouse craft. We're going to be using one of these slatted, I don't know, wood hanging things from the Dollar Tree. I can't decide what I want to call that. Some scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to be using some greenery. I also think this might have came from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree has tons of greenery that you can use. We're going to be using this little home sign, excuse me, with the flower on. We're going to pluck that flower right off, and we are going to paint it black. But first I want to stick a little bit of my spackle in it because there's a little bit of hole, where they have this little flower sticking in. So I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of spackle, stick that right down in that hole, and let that dry just a little bit. And then we're going to sand that off and paint that black. And I will be right back. Okay, so I filled my hole and sanded it, and I painted it with some black ink. Well, it's called ink by Waverly. Did you see that? It's very windy here in my craft room today. I have all the windows open, and it's almost hot though. It's almost hot. I'm telling you, we are having such bipolar weather here. It's crazy. It's like 30s at night, 60s in the morning, 80s in the afternoon. It's crazy. I'm actually really hot and sweating. I got the ceiling fan over me and the windows open, but I think I'm going to have to close up the windows after my craft and put the AC on. Crazy, crazy, I know. All right, so our home is painted black, and we're just going to set that aside. Let's see. Make some room to slide that on over there for a momento. Okay, now we are going to cover, let's take the jute hanger off the back of our, you know what, it's stapled on. I don't know if I can get it out. I'm just going to cut the jute off, and we'll put the jute back on again after. We might even change it and use a different piece of jute. Okay, so now we have that, and we're going to Mod Podge our piece of paper on here, and then we're going to cut out the little slat. So I don't even really want to excuse me, I didn't even really want to trace this, but oh, let's just trace it, shall we? I don't want it to be short, you know. If I don't trace it, it will be short, and I don't want that. So we'll just do that really, really quick. So yeah, it's really, really breezy, but it's a warm breeze. I'm actually feeling a little moist. I don't like that feeling at all. And plus, once I get hot, I can't cool down. So I will probably have to put on the AC. Alright, so I'm just going to Mod Podge that right onto our, let's get one of these Mod Podges out. And let's get a brush. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit of this on, but you know what I always say, a little bit less is always more when it comes to Mod Podge and paper. Oh, we got a booger. We got a Mod Podge booger. I don't know if I'll be able to get that off. We might have to just rub it in. So less is always more when you're dealing with the paper because you make it wet, of course, with the Mod Podge. Yeah, there's a booger. I gotta get that booger out of there. Mod Podge booger. Alright. The ceiling fan over me is working against me too, but that's okay. We'll just work quickly here. And we're just going to put our paper down on our little slatted wood. Just like that. No, not like that. Just like that. Try that out for size. And then we are going to make those holes with our, look, I didn't get it straight. Usually you can't do this, so don't do what I'm doing. Alright, I got it covered. You know, I traced this on purpose so that this wouldn't happen, right? Okay. So now we're just going to take our scissors. Let's take a scraper first, though, and make sure we have this down good. Get that down really good. No wrinkles. And then we're going to actually just stick a tool or something down in the middle here so that we know where those slats are. I'm just making a hole in my paper because we're going to actually sand that with a little sanding block. And cut that away. We're just going to like stick a pencil in and or a fingernail. And we are just going to separate those slats. So we want to still see those slats. And we probably will put a little Mod Podge in there. But we're going to take our little Gator sanding block and we're just going to sand off that paper. And some of it doesn't want to stick because I lifted it. You know, I lifted it a couple of times. So let me just put a little, that was way too much. But I need to put a little more Mod Podge down in just a couple of places here. And then I know you guys can't see this yet, but we are making holes. So I'm going to continue to just make my holes and sand them so that the paper doesn't show. Excuse me, I am not only getting a little cough, I'm getting the sniffles. I guess it's that time of year. So excuse me for sniffing and coughing. So just gently go ahead and sand off those edges. That's going to make this all, that makes the whole difference in this craft. It really does. So I'm going to do the first one with you. And then I'm going to show you what happens, and then we can do the rest off camera. Because, for time's sake. So when you are doing this with your paper, it kind of gives it a cut line. I'll show you. It's going to come off here in 1 second. I also, by the way, I also have this little tool in my Amazon store if you want this little gator. See how that is cutting that paper for us? It just cut it. So that is what we are going for. So isn't that cute? All right, so I'm going to do the sanding in between all the rest of the slats off camera just to, for time's sake. And I will be right back. Okay, so that is what we have. Isn't it cute? We sanded all around the outside edges as well. And the corners. And it's so cute. And then I rubbed it across too, because I like to tone down my paper. And see all the little pieces? You just get like little shreds when you sand your paper off like that. Makes it have a nice little finish. So let's get rid of our mess here. And I like the raw wood on the inside here. You could stain that or paint it black if you want, but I'm going with the raw wood of that. I think I like that a lot. All right, now we're going to take our little greenery, and I believe I got this. Actually, I think my sister sent this to me. So, but I'm just going to take like maybe my little bottle of paint, and I'm just going to wrap that around a few times. First, I'm going to twist it. Let me twist it here. Just to keep it together. And then I am just going to keep wrapping it around and around to make a little wreath. And you might already have a little wreath laying around from a Dollar Tree project. A lot of times they use the same greenery. So that just gives us my little size, right? So we're just going to make, so start over here. I got my little round. Maybe I added a little bit too much greens here. Let's wrap them in and out, actually, instead of just around and around. Make it look more like a wreath. We'll just wrap it in and out, like a wreath is. And that'll help hold it together a little, too. I want this to be a little fat wreath. And I'm just going to end it by tucking in my little greens. So now I have a cute little wreath, and that's going to go on our home O, the word home. It's going to cover the O. Now, before we put that on, I'm letting that dry just a little bit more. Before we do that, I want to add a couple of beads to our jute hanger. So, let's cut that fuzzies off there. Put a little glue on the end of our jute to make like a needle. And this is going to be hot. So, gotta work fast. Not fast enough. Gotta do that again. Didn't work fast enough. Ooh, that is a hot one. Alright, let's rub that glue off. So, I'm gonna do black, white. And these beads, you can get these same beads right now in little packages at the Dollar Tree, but I go and get my beads after Christmas at Walmart in the Trimmetry section. Sometimes I really don't even wait until they go on sale, but I had so many this year that I'm going to do black and white, and then on the other side I'm going to do white and black because I want both my blacks hanging down and both my whites hanging are on top of that. Hope that makes sense. So it's kind of white, black, but when they're separated, they'll work that way. All right, so we just wanted to add a little zhuzh to the hanger. That's why I put those on there. All right, now let's go ahead and put our hanger right back on here. And they had it stapled, but we're just going to glue it with some hot glue. It will stay perfectly fine. We do have to hold that down good, though, for a moment, because you know the drill. Still haven't come up with a cute little song for holding the glue. But, that's okay. All right, now we're going to do this side. I'm still a little worried about, a lot worried about my Edith. If you hear me, Edith, you haven't been commenting, and I'm a little worried about you. So, you're not expected to comment, but when you do comment all the time and then you're gone, I am wondering if you are okay. That's all. So wondering how you doing, Edith, saying prayers for you, and would love to hear from you if you are okay. So, and if anyone knows Edith, I don't have a last name for her, but if anybody also is on here that knows Edith, let her know I'm wondering and worried about her, please. Okay, so that should be held good for now. So we'll just flip that over, and we're going to take our home, our chunky, okay, so hopefully that, yeah. So that is a mess on the back. Luckily, that's not going to be showing, though. So there is our home sign, all painted up. Now we are going to put our little wreath on our O. So we're just gonna, I think I'll just attach it to the wreath, my glue, in just a few little spots where I know it's gonna get some good contact. And then we're just gonna put that right on our O. Right like that, right on our O. I'm just gonna snip this piece of wire here that we don't need. And we'll hold that down for a moment. This is so cute already. Oh my goodness, so cute. We'll fluff up our little greenery home with a little wreath. Cute. So cute. Home. All right. Push that over a little. Yeah. Let's see if we can tuck a little bit more glue right there. I think it needs a little more glue. Just hold that down. Can you guys hear my wind chimes and the wind gusts coming? Blowing everything around in my house and in my craft room. But it is a gorgeous day. Thank you, Lord, for another beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, so now we're going to push our beads down on either side. So we have just a little doodad, right? Just zhuzh that hanger up a little bit. And now we're going to glue our home sign right to the middle of this. So let's put some really good glue, a lot of glue, because this is a chunky piece and it's kind of heavy, you know what I mean? It's going to need a little bit of reassurance here. It's going to need a lot of glue. All right, that ought to do it. Here we go. We're going to try to center this as best we can. Push that down right onto our little, I don't know what this is called, a little slatted, lost for words today. It's a little slotted, of course they don't have a name for it either. I just took a little bit of paint off of my H. I'm just going to tack that down just a tad. It came off when I pressed it down. Get some paint on the brush here. There we go. Just a little bit. I took a little bit off of my M too. There we go. Never even know. And maybe a little there. It was dry but tacky because it is very windy here, and so it wants to dry, but it's very humid and hot. I'm just going to dry that a little bit. Just touching it up a little bit here. Cute. Oh my goodness, this came out so cute. Just a little home sign. All right, let's have a look-see. What do you guys think? Is that cute? Little home sign. I love it. I really do. And I love the little beads on top. This is what the back looks like. You can see through the little holes. This is a great time for you to, I know there's a glare on here. This is a great time for you to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring. So go ahead and share this video with all of your friends, family, and social media. And you know what? As I'm looking at this, I'm feeling like it needs a little tiny dry brushing of white, just to give it a little pop maybe. So let's dust it with a little bit of white. I'm going to try to get a lot of that off my brush, and I'm just going to go around my edges just a little. Very little. Just so that we can read the word home. Do you see how I'm doing it? I'm just going right around the inside edges. Get a little more with my paint's blowing away. I'm going to get a little more on my brush here. Just go around a little bit, a little too much on my brush. Just rub it off a little bit. And we're just going around the outside edges. In and out. Just a little bit. Just a little zhuzh. Just like that. And we're not even going to touch the O. We're just not even going to need to. All right. I like that better. Much, much better. Okay, so that is what we have, and I love it. This is a great time for you to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring, so go ahead and share this video with all your friends. I'm getting all the cobwebbies off here. All your friends, family, and social media. That really helps this girl's YouTube channel grow when you share it with others. It really helps me out. And yeah, I want to grow my channel because I want to go live with you guys. And I want to be able to go on the community tab and let you know what's going on in my world and things like that. So, all right, everybody. So thanks so much for watching. I had so much fun making this craft with you today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And until I see you tomorrow, be good and do good. And if you make this craft, follow me over on Instagram and show me some pictures of what you do. I have a few people that send me personal pictures to email and things. And when they do that, I love to show what you're making. So I know Gloria has showed and shared a lot with me, and I've shared it with you, what she's making. So I'm just here to inspire you. All right, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And until I see you again, be good and do good. Bye now.